Hi everyone, Master Brad here from Valari's Martial Arts Center in Somerville, Mass, with another Mat Chat of the Week. This week we're discussing self-control. This, by the way, is the last of the 5 agreements of the school that we're going to discuss. We call them agreements instead of rules because it's far more powerful for someone to agree to live by these than to force rules on them. Anyway, this is the last one that we're going to discuss. After this week, we will cycle back and discuss different aspects of them. So what is self-control? When you hear the word self-control, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Most people think of it as restraint, stopping ourselves from doing what we shouldn't be doing. In our kids class, we teach it as control my actions. The dictionary definition is having control over one's own impulses, emotions, and actions. I like this definition. I think this covers it pretty well. Let's go back and discuss what I said most people think of it as restraint. I think of this as a very limited way of thinking of self-control. Let me ask you a question. How many of you focus on not doing the things you're not supposed to do, on the things you don't want? What if I told you that if you can control yourself to not do something, you can use that same control to do something and to aim yourself in the direction you want your life to go? Well, you can. It takes the same amount of energy to refrain from, say, hitting someone that said something you don't like as it would to help them understand why you're upset, and then build a rapport and maybe come out with a friend instead of an adversary. It takes the same amount of energy to refrain from eating junk food, or maybe to eat the junk food, as it would to choose a healthier meal instead. It doesn't seem like it would be that easy, but it can be. It's all about where you focus your energy. If you focus on moving towards what you want instead of what most people focus on, what they don't want, then you can continually make progress towards what you want. Sounds better, doesn't it? So, oh my God. Doesn't that sound, of course, in order to do this, you'd have to really take a good look at yourself, your habits, and your intentions. Here's the main concern with what I just laid out. Most people don't know what they want and really don't want to take a good enough look at themselves, a deep enough look at themselves to find out. Well, how would you handle this? Sounds intimidating, doesn't it? Well, I understand this mindset. In fact, I spent a lot of time in it myself. I'm still it's still there, it just doesn't have the same control over me. There are many ways to take this journey. In my opinion, I truly believe that the best way, or one of the best ways, in part because it's an ongoing journey that will continue your growth as long as you stick with it, is the martial arts. Now, I'm not just saying that because I own a karate school. It truly is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I then continued my journey with personal growth seminars. Highly recommend that for anybody and everybody who is willing to do the work. How many of you are willing to do the work? Now, I'm not going to use this video to plug any of them, but if you're interested, post it in a comment and I'll let you know which ones I've done. Now, are you still want to continue focusing on what you don't want, on the no's instead of the yeses? That's a path to nowhere. Think about this. If I gave you directions to our dojo, or our school, giving you only the turns not to take, how long do you think it would take to get here? Well, that's the way most people live their lives, focusing on what they don't want, what not to do. How long are you going to do this and continue to do this until you realize that that's not going to get you where you want to go? It's not going to get you what you want, or even in the direction that you want. So I recommend you now start using your self-control to start your journey of personal discovery. Take control over your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Oh my God. Take that journey. However you're going to do it, do it. This is Master Brad from Valari's Martial Arts. Please forgive me for that little blip at the end. And if I see that Jacqueline, hi Jacqueline, how are you? You're on here. If you have any questions or anything you want to put in there, any comments, let me know. We can make this a discussion now, or I will just thank you for being here at the end of my Mat Chat of the Week, and I will see you next week. Okay.